The following is a Mission Studios podcast.
Please remember, my little Podverse family, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on your podcast platform of choice. It helps me out and works the algorithm to get better rankings and bring our little podcast family to more listeners. Thank you, and on with the show. Welcome to the Podverse Podcast. We like to stir up minds, emotions, and thoughts. Episodes will be emotional, some will be a bit comical, and everything else in between. But all will have a message and be given from the heart. So sit back, get comfy, and enjoy the journey. These last few weeks have had a lot of turmoil. Everyone is bantering about masks and so focused on individual rights. What happened to everybody's right to choose? The matter of civil rights against the civil liberties argument is ridiculous. Masks for the masses are recommended for safety, not to impose. But if someone chooses to wear one or not, that is their choice. If Walmart, as a business, chooses a course of action for masks, and you wish to do business, you need to follow the rules, just like if you do not have all your bits covered, or if you're swearing and being a dink, they have the right to refuse entry and service to the individual. So I was watching a video, and on this video was a man fighting with a security employee of Walmart after they made their mandatory mask-wearing rule in the United States. The current rule is, if you enter Walmart, you must be wearing a mask. So this man felt he had the right to choose not to wear a mask, which is absolutely 100% true. But not if he wishes to go into Walmart. Everyone has the right to make the decision for themselves. So if someone chooses to go out and about and expose themselves to COVID-19, no one really has the right to interfere with choice. But the question comes, when does choice turn into an infringement on someone else's choice? What about people that choose to make rules for their smaller businesses? Mandatory masks in a business where the owner chooses to protect their employees? Really, this is a no-brainer. If you wish to conduct business, put the damn mask on. In the previous example, a business made a choice for the safety of their employees. So this maskless man that was standing arguing with this masked security guard, who, yes, was wearing a mask, but is still in danger. His eyes were exposed, he is being assaulted, and what about his family? Do their lives not matter when it comes to your rights? What about when it comes to one person who is just doing his job, or someone walking down the street with a mask on, and they're being accosted by an individual who disagrees with the choice to wear a mask? This individual is yelling and swearing. As they are yelling and swearing, they're spitting. As they speak all over this individual, they are accosting. Again, their eyes are not covered. Whose rights are being respected in this case? Listen, I'm not making a judgment call here, nor am I taking a side. These examples I am using are just to get us thinking. I just want to put it out there for us to think about and discuss where one person's rights starts and another person's rights stop. Also, why are we being so disrespectful to each other in general? Having others impose their rights, whether it be for or against masks, upon an individual, does that not constitute harassment, if not assault? So where does this lack of respect for an individual's choice end? I am so saddened and torn inside by the lack of decency and care for another human's rights and safety during this dangerous time of COVID-19 and all the political unrest. Maybe, regardless of your personal ideals, we need to take a step back and look at the big picture. In your head thought time. Please remember, this is just an example. If you as an individual choose not to wear a mask, stop and look at it from someone who chooses to wear one, and take all the excuses off the table. Masks do not stop or create a lack of oxygen. There is a doctor that shows us on YouTube. He's hooked up to an oxygen sensor machine, and he puts on 6 disposable masks at once, and not a change in blood oxygen. There's a link to that video in the show notes. So ask yourself, what am I losing if I respect another's choice? How badly do I need to put my opinion out there and start a fight? If someone is wearing a mask, let them be. It's all choice. It also works the opposite way. If someone is not wearing a mask and they are out and about and are respecting the social distance, Don't go up to them and demand they wear a mask. Well, unless they're in Walmart. But really, they've probably heard the argument 1,500 times. They know the risks and choose to take them. So let them live with their decisions also. We need to stop this crap. Get along and do what's best to keep everyone safe. Just because someone believes differently than you do does not make them a bad person. It makes them an individual with the rights and freedoms to follow the social contracts of society and work within them, just like you and me. So this week, go out there and enjoy the many things that we have in common, rather than fighting about the choice to wear a mask. Let's work towards making peace and sharing joy. And to steal a bit from Dr. Mike on YouTube, stay happy and healthy. Be safe, be informed, and be well, my little Podverse family. I love you all. See you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Podverse Podcast. Whatever you take from this message, it is given freely and with the utmost respect. Any support for the Podverse Podcast is always welcome and can be left at our website, www.pod-verse.com. Whether support is by way of suggestion, story, constructive criticism, or maybe you wish to sponsor an episode, there is never any obligation. We just hope to create a wonderful experience for you in this Podverse community. Also, be sure to check us out on our social media. Join us on Facebook at Podverse Podcast Group or on Twitter at pod_verse. Chat with you in the next episode.